know what school I go to.
Hello, my starving artists. We are back at it again with another video, and I just wanted to say first that this boy was not a good person. So I'm just gonna, replace his name. So we're gonna say his name was Bob. That's the first name I can think of. So Bob was this boy who I had known for a while, and I just thought, hey, I can trust this guy, right? So I liked him a lot, a lot. So I decided one day I was going to tell him how much I loved him and how much I wanted to be with him. So I decided to open up to my feelings and tell Bob how much I loved him and how much I wanted to be with him. So me and Bob were as close as, very close. We were very, very close. And so I was like, hey, Bob. And he was like, yo, what's up? I was like, I really like you. And he was like, yeah, that's cool. You want to date? I was like, yeah, sure. That's not how that went down. But, that's just what we're going to say happened because I don't want to get into the actual conversation. Basically, it was something like that. And I felt like, okay, I have a boyfriend now. That's cool. Yay. I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, okay, whatever. He said, okay, that's good. I later on I told him how I was pansexual. And at first, he didn't answer any of my messages. And after about 2 days, he finally replied with, oh, okay then. And I was like, is that a bad thing? And he was like, I guess not. And at first I was like, that's kind of fishy, but okay, whatever,
What are you doing?
I just thought, maybe he's just in a bad mood and, he doesn't want to talk that much. I didn't really think of it as homophobic. I just thought of it as, hey, this person might be in a bad mood. I'm not going to mess with them right now. Because people go in bad moods all the frickin' time.
Exactly.
So after a while of talking about it, he pretended that he was just in a bad mood because he didn't want to start drama with me. I'll tell you why I know he was pretending later on. But he confessed to me that he was just pretending. That's why. So,
Oh boy.
Give it to me before you
I actually just realized I've never told Ash about this.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So I was pretty weirded out. I was like, oh hey, whatever, it's fine. I guess. It's totally fine to be homophobic. I don't care. No, please don't be homophobic. Ooh, fill in gaps. Edit. Undo. No. Redo.
Okay?
I just want this thing to go away. Off. Okay. Off. Okay. Sorry if that was being a little weirdo, and it's trying to make my line fill in. Why? Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
Why are you doing this? Okay, thank you. It's the final countdown. Okay, but back to the story. I'm gonna get into the actual better story now because my mom just left, so we can get into the better juicy stuff. So one night he told me, hey, you want to exchange pics? I was like, okay, whatever, this is getting spicy. That's how I am. So I was like, okay, whatever, yeah, sure. I thought nothing of it. People normally do this. This is a normal thing, right? And then I showed him my body, and he had saw the fact that I wear boxers, and he was like, oh, honey. And I was like, he was just being crazy. So I was like, hey, what's up? And he didn't talk to me for about another 3 days. I figured, okay, I kept trying to make excuses for him. I was like, you know what, he's probably just, with his family, you know, or whatever the fuck. Because at this point, I didn't want to lose another person, you know. So I was trying to myself to be like, oh, you know, maybe he's just, you know, not actually being a homophobic piece of shit. And I never specifically told him I'm a girl. I just said I'm a human being who's feminine. That's literally what I said. And he was like, oh, okay, whatever. I think at first he didn't really realize what I was saying, because later on, when he found out I was non-binary, he was like, oh my fucking god, you're non-binary? Yada, yada, yada. We'll get into that later. For now, let's get into the main details. And I'm sorry, Ash, that you know nothing about this. This is your first time hearing this, too. But, so I was like, okay, you know, whatever. So, later on, he texted me and was like, a few days later, at like 2 a.m., he texted me and I was like, hey, you up? I was like, yeah, I'm up. I'm like, always up. Always up for you, baby. And he was like, cool. And then he started, like, questioning me, like, why do you wear boxers? I was like, like I said, I didn't want to lose anyone else. So I was like, you know, because I think they're good. And basically, we had went on a call a few days, and we were fine at this point. You know, like, everything was fine. This fight happened a long time ago. We figured nothing of it. So we had started talking more again. At this point, we were on a call, and I told him about how I was LGBT supportive and also transgender supportive. He told me that he didn't believe in transgender people and told me that he thought they were just seeking for attention because no one else would give them attention if they thought that they were just a normal person. So at this point, I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, I'm serious. And I was like, I was shunned. I really didn't know what to say, and I kept trying to really defend myself.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in any situation, you would feel really bad about, you know, this entire situation. Because it's hard to know that someone you love doesn't support you.
Exactly.
So I was just like, okay, well, I support them, but you don't have to. And he's like, I will never support them, and I will never think that they are actually being realistic or being themselves. At this point, I just kind of figured, okay, this is just who he is. I can't really change that then. Because, you know, sometimes, and this was a long time ago, so I just kind of was different then and let things slide a lot easier than I do now. Because I genuinely didn't want to lose people, and I was very scared of abandonment and other things. So I would just go with a lot of things that probably weren't the best things to go with. I now realize that now that I'm a little older, but, you know, things are just really hard for some people. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that sometimes you'll act differently when you're younger just because at that point in time you had a different perspective on things. My perspective on that at that time was that, you know, people can believe in what they do, and, you know, their significant other might not believe in that, you know, because I was reviewing it as like, oh, hey, maybe this is just like, I was thinking it was like, it was the same equivalent as religion and not believing in your significant other's religion.
Yeah.
I was taking it like that, but really, you should never take phobia, as that, because it will never be the same equivalent to not believing in someone's religion. Homophobia actually affects people, and people commit suicide due to it every fucking day. And I guess at the time, I wasn't very affected by it, because I don't I feel like my orientation doesn't really get as much hate as if I was actually lesbian. Or ginsexual, is that how you say that?